Cory Zamora, and welcome to my studio. If this is your first time here, welcome, and I hope you come back. If it's your third time here, which means it's your third veil DVD, welcome. This is the veil that everybody's been asking for, male and female, because it wraps the neck, has no requirements for tucking in, so it's the topless, braless, no man bra needed veil tie. Today I'll be working with 3.5 yards of silk essence, which you get from Joann's, 4 zildjian symbols, and as I always say, if you do not play zills in your style, join along with us. And we're going to be working today with Jim Karagosian's Eastern Gatherings, and I will be selling this CD on my site along with the DVDs. Jim Karagosian is a local Qanun artist. He works with a band named Mirage. This is his solo effort, and we'll be using his rumba bolero and his shifted telly today. The scarf tie is the third in difficulty. There are 6 ties used in the studio, and we will be doing all of them, each with their own little boxed unit. I really like this tie because it's so versatile. I'll be showing you 2 different ways to come out of it today. So let's get our veils, our zills if we use them, and get ready to learn. Okay, as always, there are a few steps we do in veil that are not used in other sections of the dance. If this is your first time with us, please review these with us. If you've been with us before, take a little break. Or go review also. Who knows how long it's been since you've watched the last volume. The first basic step is the rumba bolero, the cross step. It's a cross with a teeter-totter with a deep ballroom knee feel to it. So if you've been watching Dancing with the Stars, that deep knee that you get in the Latin. Cross, teeter-totter, cross, weight to the outside, weight back to the middle. Deep knee, teeter-totter, deep knee, teeter-totter. Good. Now, let's do the single crossovers. Remember to pivot the back foot as the front one comes forward. This is really nice dramatic effect. Pivot, cross pivot, cross pivot, cross pivot. Excellent. And just for reference, we'll back up with an Arabic. Now, the one-sided hip circle. If you remember correctly, we paw the ground and the hip comes up and over. Paw the ground, up and over. 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 Good. Okay, now we are going to get our veils, and I'm going to show you how to put it on. And remember, we use non-see-through veils here at Zamora's because our philosophy is you don't want to show the cookies till you take the lid off the jar. So if you're doing a 3 to 5 minute veil section and you can already see yourself through the veil, I don't find much of a point in that. So the veil being solid, we can reveal and unveil as we feel it, as we want to present it to the watcher or to our souls as we perform. Okay, I'm going to go get the veil and we'll show you how to put it on. Okay, on our veils we have the hemmed end and a selvage. I don't hem the selvage, so I'm going to be referring to the end or the selvage. If you hem your selvage, just remember I'm calling it something else. Okay, we're going to throw this out in front of us. So the end is here. One of my students used to call this rolling out the red carpet. I'm going to take this and put it around and put these 2 corners in the center of the back of your dance belt. It's very important that these be in the center of the back. Now I have a leotard on. I always teach in a leotard so you can see what I'm doing. And they are up the leg holes. All the way around, so it's a tight line. We're going to bring the body of the veil up and put it over the left shoulder. You want enough in the front only that the V of your dance belt shows. So the bulk of the fabric is going to be in the back. So we've got it arranged nicely in the front. This is your right edge. Please take the right edge. See how I'm following this edge around my neck. This is still the right edge. Panel, this is still the right edge. It is now the right edge, but in the back. Now it's very important, even though this is tucked in the back, it's going to end up being in the front. Take these 2 corners, put your hands inside here, and tuck these in the middle of the front. Very important. Don't just jam them in the sides because you won't be able to find them later. Okay, adjust so you have a nice look. And if you're a female, tuck this here and here. And this is the beauty of it for all of the male dancers. And this goes out to Chris in Vermont and Zorba in Monterey. And I'd like to say a big hello to Miss Gail in Atlanta, who has sent me several emails asking about this tie. Thank you. Here we are finally. Okay, put your cymbals on if you use them. If not, hang tight while we put ours on, and I'm going to take you step by step through the pullout. Before I start the pullout, I'm going to go through the fingering one more time. I didn't do this very well on the bib tie, which was the first volume, so I got yelled at. I fixed it on the Roman, but I want to go over it again, and I'll do it every single time we do veil, I promise. This is how I use my hands. As you can see, my index fingers go close to the zill finger, the middle finger. So when I use the veil, I use my fingers on top of the zill. Index finger to thumb, index finger to middle finger, and then even I bring my little fingers to meet the ring finger. So I'm ambidextrous, warn you now, but I do use the tops. This is if the zill wasn't on. Use your fingers. Okay, the first pull out, get your right index finger out. Remember, you've been through an opening, which is usually 3 to 3.5 minutes. You want to take your audience on a journey, and you're telling them now that you're slowing down. So the first thing we're going to do before the pullout is remember, toxine pose, rest. My teacher, Janani, didn't even move for like the first minute. She would just hold a pose, then slowly go into it and start moving. The first pullout is the right front. Index finger is going to slide into this little pocket. That's why it was important that your corners are in place. Hold it tight. As you can see, I'm clipping this finger to the middle finger, holding the veil. I pull it out as I spin. I don't want anyone to see how I do something, except you guys. Okay, notice I'm keeping myself covered. I don't want to show anything yet. Next is the left back. Left back. Now, I'm pulling it out close to where it's tucked in, right here, but I have very short arms. I do not want this slack that shows here. This won't happen for everybody, but I need to drop it and pick it up again, so I have two taut edges, no gap. Now I'm going to do what I call the pinwheel. As you can see, it catches air and looks like a pinwheel. Going into the air, scooping it up to keep the veil next to your body. We haven't taken the lid off the jar yet, okay? No cookies. Now, we have fingers left over. Don't be shy, be a monkey. We're going to do a hip circle pivot, and while I'm moving, I'm going to pull these corners out, okay? Watch my fingers down here, very slowly. Going into the turn, my hands come down and they grab the two corners that are still in. And with my wrist, I kind of move them out.